Hey, hello everyone. We have two brilliant brains here. Okay, and they look very pretty. At the same time, they're very brainy. Why they look very pretty today? Because in Canada, it's yet to be said Happy New Year. This is the first interview for the year 2021 from ShriLearning. Happy New Year wishes to everyone and to our special guest here, Gurpreet and Renka. What's special with them? Are they in the Hollywood movies? No. Both of them completed the one of the prestigious certificate which we call PMP. That too in a very
Yes.
short duration. Yay!
Yay!
That too with a very short duration, hardly 45 days, 45 days or something.
About,
Yeah.
We are
yes, something.
57. We are
That's
about
the time
50
they
days,
called
right?
me.
50.
We are getting into PMP. They were rocket speed there. I don't know what all they did at home. They slept, they eat. I don't know what they did, but they said we are done with the PMP.
Yes, yes. And all
Thank,
thanks to you,
yeah, thank
seriously.
goodness. And really, we were in good hands, I should
That's
say.
great. That's great. So first of all, congratulations from ShriLearning and team for this wonderful achievement. Before I give to them, I want to show their certificate because it's a hard-earned certificate. We have to see that. Without that, doesn't make anything. Okay, here it is. Gurpreet. I'm sure her LinkedIn is pretty busy. Is it so, Gurpreet? Huh?
It
Okay.
is actually.
I know. Once you post, people start asking, "Hey, how you did that? What happened?" Some of the known friends 5 years back, they start messaging you. Hey, how are you? Until then, they don't message you.
And some new friends. I mean, I'm blessed to have received good wishes from many new
Oh, oh, that's
people.
great. That's great. So again, one more
Yeah.
person is there, right? Renka, she cleared a PMP. So we will bring her certificate. Here it goes. So one did on 22nd, 6th, and another on 27th. I think she gave some tips to her how to go to exam.
Well, we were co-study partners, so we have been sharing all the tips
Yeah,
anyways.
we were doing our prepcasts and we were discussing the questions and stuff
Very
like
good.
that.
Very good. Great. Great. I'm so pleased to have you here because it is so interesting that somebody can push hard in the last minute and close the exam with the dedication, determination. That's you both. Because I know when you came in, I know how hard it was, right? Scores are not going
Yes.
high, stuck somewhere. Can I
Yeah.
go? Have to stop there. Is it $500 worth to put there? For the
I think I
$500,
messaged you 5 times. Should I just reschedule it next year? Should I just reschedule it next year? And you're like, no, no, Rinka, stay focused.
go
Keep
ahead,
it
go
up.
ahead, do it, do it, do it.
Yes.
And he said,
It's just I'll add it to it. I mean, we were co-study partners. We were together here, but our journeys were really like
Different.
different.
yes,
Uh,
That's very true.
we had our own little achievements and little disappointments, and we had our own
Work
journey.
schedules and everything, we had
Yeah,
our own
it was,
challenges.
yeah,
but it was it
yeah,
ended up
that's
well.
leadership, right? Leadership, even though we read in the same university, even though you're born in the same family, brain thinks different. Okay, leadership
Yeah.
does not go like mathematics or equations. It's something different thought, right? It's something like it doesn't come just like a blood. It is own ability. It's that's why leadership comes somewhere. Suddenly, Dhoni comes and shows, "Hey, this is how the leadership is." Oh wow! Until then people didn't think about they thought all the big players, the great players in the cricket, somebody saying suddenly comes and shows, hey guys, this is how we have to do. So that's something new. Great. I'll give the words to you now. You guys can talk about how things went on and where the trigger happened, how it happened.
So you
So
start.
yeah, no, it was actually one of our friends had suggested
uh,
very strongly, actually, that they just put us on this path. And he has been your ex-trainee as well. He was
mhm.
very happy to have received
Coaching from you.
coaching from you, and you've been the guiding light in his life, and he just directed us towards you, which we think that was the best thing that happened in 2020, one of the best things that happened in 2020. So we were like, okay, we had a little career change in back in October,
Mhm.
with when we started thinking about Scrum, being the Scrum Master, and getting introduced to that world, and we did that introductory course and all that. We did that certification, but there was still something missing for both of us. We both felt that we need to know more than what's happening in beyond Scrum, what's happening in the project, or how to play the Scrum Master role. So that's when these people, very good friends of ours, Nidhi and Saurabh, they just introduced actually project management. You should do it. You guys can do it. You guys can do it. And that just can do it just stayed with us, I think.
Actually, if I go back in the back, being working in the family business, both of us, we've been doing projects non-stop, small projects, not big projects, on and off, on and off, on and off, not even realizing that these are actual projects where we were doing budgeting, scheduling, scope, even contingency funds, even risk management, but without knowing the terminology about it. So when Nidhi and Saurabh, they saw, because we did put a party together last year for Valentine's. They were participants of that party, and that's when they said,
you guys have it. You guys should do this now. So yeah, 5th of November, I remember I called you. It was close to midnight hour here. And I think 6 early morning there when we had spoken to you, and you said, yes, jump in, come on along the ride, and we'll take you.
And with your push, for sure.
Yeah, that was your, great. That was the start.
Which city you are based on? Which country?
We are in Montreal, Canada.
Montreal. Is it snowing today?
Yes, it did. Actually, the past 2 days.
Okay, but I think it's a lockdown, right? Do they allow for party going outside?
No. It's like, that's why we have Zoom set up at home, Zoom party.
Zoom party. Okay, that's good. I think you have to show the party setup. What's the party setup? We will see that.
Yes, sure. Yeah. I'd love to.
What's happening in party setup? Let's get a feel of it. Wow, good. Good amount of lightings are there. Okay, right. I think big set of people going to come home. Or
no. It's just us family, just us family and the people, friends and family from over the Zoom.
Fantastic. I can see that. New Year 2021. Fantastic. Good. Thanks.
Yes, New Year 2021.
Appreciate it. Great. Have a great party tonight. I know another 2 hours.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And I will take the opportunity. Happy birthday to wish you once again. It makes another. It's make.
So we're all ready.
She looks totally different. Huh? Magician. Kind of. It's going to do something there.
I know. Actually, you know what? The entire studying days, there was no makeup, there was no hair, there was nothing. You know, we didn't breathe. So finally, we're taking some time to ourselves.
We need that, right? Without that, what life there?
Now it feels like, okay, now what to do? I'm thinking to start reading Rita again.
That's right. Actually, right. Now only you have to read. Now without pressure, if you read, the knowledge will go really good. That's why many don't do that. Once they get the job, they stop learning something. Or once they get the certificate, they stop learning. A good leader is a person, even though they reach a destination, they keep learning. So that's a message to you. If you guys can do that,
thank you so much for the tip. Really,
business is going to rock like anything. Okay, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Talk about the last 10 days of exam push. What do people did? Heavy push.
I think the last days were all involved with Prepcast.
Yes.
And analyzing, like you had mentioned, until we start the Prepcast, we won't know where we stand, and we won't even actually know how much we have learned. And it is the truth. Whoever is pursuing pursuing PMP should know that Prepcast is the most important, because it's going to prepare you for the exam. Nothing else would actually kick in until you do the Prepcast. So we had scheduling, because we were sharing. So we had Prepcast, and then we would analyze it. Analyze it, do the exam, analyze it properly, where your mistakes are, the right answers and wrong answers, and then move on to the next one.
Even I would say PMI exam was pretty good as well. As you had mentioned, to do the PMI exam twice, it did help us understand, because Prepcast would come as big questions, make stories, and then you think differently. But Prepcast was, I would say, PMI was like cutthroat. very straight, very straightforward. And I think it was different. And it was good that you had mentioned to do it twice.
Yeah, because that is the language you get in the main exam.
Yeah,
The
That's right.
same
exactly.
language in a PMI sample exam will come there in the main exams. So you should know the language. That's the reason you have to learn it.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
and even the first time we did PMI sample test, it was like, oh my God, because we both didn't do good for sure. Because I guess the language and the questions were not that as we had thought or as we were interpreting the question as.
Right.
But the second time, it just got a little better.
Yeah.
It
Right.
definitely made a difference doing it
Right.
2 times.
Right. One thing
Actually,
with the
it
Gurpreet, one thing I found is she keep asking questions. I sometimes feel bad I can't respond to her within time because too many things happening. She keep posting the WhatsApp. When I open the morning, I'll see bunch of screenshots and questions. Answer it. In between, I'll miss one or two. She did no. She don't answer this one. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, no.
Sorry to bother you.
It's absolutely fine. I sometimes feel bad I can't respond early because sometimes I miss it too
No,
many
no,
chances.
no,
But
it's absolutely fine. I know when I am studying you, it's your sleep time there, and it's absolutely fine that you were taking your time.
no, what I mean is it's important to ask question. You cannot assume something and go on yourself. Sometimes if you feel stuck there, you have to ask questions. That's what I found with Gurpreet and Renka. Keep asking, hey guys, what's this? What's this? That's important. Okay. Anything interesting more happened between you learning together? You guys have fight?
actually I would say that even having a mentor, like they were saying, that you should have a mentor when you're studying, when you're doing PMP, alongside with you, Saurabh, who had taken coaching classes from you too. He was being a very big mentor as well.
Ah,
Like we would sit down at least once in 2 weeks with him,
very good.
have chat for about a couple of hours, get our questions resolved. Even a night before, like last 10 days, he was just with me pretty much
Very
every
good.
second day, just asking him questions and clearing out
Mm,
our thoughts and getting his guidance as well. It was a big push. It was a big
that's
help
nice.
as
That's
well.
nice. That's a one thing in a leadership forum. People help without expectations, and they try to
That's true.
give
Yes.
back. That's really good.
Even I saw it on our group. I mean, the WhatsApp
Yeah,
group, PMP
for sure.
group that we had. I
Yeah.
mean, amazing. Batchmates are asking questions, and everybody is willing to answer. Whoever knows it, and standing for each other. It's like a good feeling. It's like a family, and it was great to be part of it because I guess even if you're shy to ask a question, or if you maybe not even it wasn't in your mind, but listening to other people's thought or getting the answer
True.
was just enough, was good enough that
True.
your doubt is clear or that this is good.
Right.
Or
Even one of our batchmates, because I was very behind because of my work schedule was very tight.
Mm.
So I just took last 10 days off. So I didn't do any prep cast at that time. So he's asking me, Renka, so what are you up to? I said, I haven't done any prep cast. He said, I did 3 prep casts. I'm not really sorry. He said, Renka, what are you doing? You should do prep cast. I'm like, oh my God, now I should really do prep cast. People are calling me and messaging me. So
People are putting
the
pressure.
batch, the batch was
No,
really
but as like
helpful
I
for
said
sure.
before, that until we do podcast, we do not realize how much difference it can bring into our learning and our understanding. But
True.
it's very important that we are very glad that we did the prepcast, and it was a huge,
Yeah.
huge.
It was a learning curve, I would say, because you read the text, you read the textbook, and you feel, okay, I understood. But when you actually get the questions out of it,
Mm.
This
then
is
you feel, oh, I read it, what it was, and then you go in the depth of it.
Perfect.
Although I find that the exam was much easier than past 6 and 7,
Mm.
a lot of
That's
things were
true.
very straightforward.
We
yeah.
know that we prepare you for Olympics and ask you to play Asian Games.
That's
Okay.
true.
Uh,
I think that's what it
that's a
happened.
strategy we follow in the classes, in the training, what we cover the subject, the assignments we ask you to write every day. and the way you are.
Yeah, that putting us into writing was such a big favor you have done to us, really, because it was really like we tell our kids write A, B, C. You made us write that, and constantly reminding it. It was a big help to just grasp and sit in our brain before even we or dived in deep into the text and everything. So that was very good. Good thing that you had. That
Right,
a good
right.
strategy, I would
I
say.
know the training system sometimes is little strenuous. Some people curse me for writing and pushing them, but the benefit and fruit they start realizing after a long run. It's not only the certificate. When you go for a job, when you have your family, you start seeing some system happening. You start seeing some kind of self accomplishment and self satisfaction. If you do something, you do with a completeness, right? That's important in leadership, where you always have to feel great what you do. If not, you become only an executor. Somebody will tell you, will do it, right? When you want to do something which is so good, you should feel it. That happens through writing and this kind of effort. Great. I appreciate that you people took in the right direction. You can say that I don't write it, man. Go, I can do that. Right.
No,
Right.
it was a great advice,
It was a
definitely.
great advice. Yeah.
Great. So the exam is a proctor exam or center-based exam.
It was proctored for both of us.
What was the experience there? Was it good?
Uh, it happened with me. It happens with me when I'm too tired. Then I start to read it to myself. And I was telling Gurpreet the entire time, for a couple of hours I'm good. Like there were two exams that we did with you. I never peeped and never said any word. But when after I think 3 hours 20 minutes, I was
Oh,
really tired.
oh.
So that's when I started saying, and here you go. There's a message that popped up. By the way, this is not allowed. We can disqualify you. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to take care of it. So thank goodness there was only 40 minutes left. So I was just slow at that time. But again, I was able to do the full passion. Thank God.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's how they'll keep watching. Two, three times they won, fourth time they say they'll close the without saying anything, they'll close it. Just like that.
Oh, okay. No, no, no. Thank goodness. It was just once. And I
She took care.
stopped.
This is one of the reason we conduct simulation of proctor in ShriLearning, where I ask everybody to come in the camp and I watch you. Are you doing lip reading there? If so, I keep telling don't do that, because when you go there, it will be like first time you don't know what to do, so you do a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's possible. How was the questions when you say any easy area you found, tough area you found in exam?
No, many of the questions were quite
Very
straightforward.
straight.
Wow.
Just like, like asking a definition or like asking what is this? What is this? So it was just like quite a few questions were like
Yeah.
that. And then some were medium level where you know what the question is asking. But yes, there were few questions that you had to interpret it very well. What is actually being asked, looking for the keyword and which process you are in, or where, like, you need to develop that whole strategy of understanding the question and then choosing your answer. And we followed your policy, right? Start from the D, C, B, A. That was actually very good idea, because quite a few times there were answer A and you would not read the other options. So yeah,
Yeah.
reading from the bottom to going to the
At
top
time
was a
it's a kind of psychological break sometimes. We we
yeah.
see the answer A looks good, we'll stop there. So when we go from the bottom, it works, but for many it works. That's good in a way. Okay, great.
One thing I would suggest to the people who are studying PMP now or in future, I think this is the mistake that I did. I didn't pay much attention on tools and techniques of each step, right? I was just having a basic understanding. But I find if somewhere you just put that in your brain that, okay, this is the tool and technique, let's say for brainstorming or something,
Uh,
then when you read a question, it is quicker for you to answer instead of
uh,
analyzing on the spot. This is what I felt that maybe, I could have improved my performance just by knowing this, just by getting more
got it.
in my head ITTU, especially tools and techniques.
It's a valuable tip. In fact, it'll be useful. In 2021 also, the same book continues. You have to read PIM Box 6 and you have to add agile. That's it. It's not all the same concept. Whatever you read now, with this, they will have to add a little more content. So
Okay.
that is what. So your tips will be definitely useful. But you people are lucky enough that already you read 1,000 pages or 800 pages. They're going to add another 200 pages on top of it. So
Oh,
I
God bless them.
know.
now PMI has given 10 reference books to read for exam in 2021. 10 books. Each book is just 700, 800 pages.
Wow. And
So
they're all mandatory to read, or they people
it's a
can pick?
reference book.
Oh,
But our people
okay.
always will read Rita Pembok. That's how people. That itself will take lifetime. Then we have to read the 10
Yeah,
of books.
that's true. That is true.
Actually, that's another tip. People who like more explanations,
Ah,
they will like Rita book.
true.
People who are more visual, they would love Head First. Head First has amazing exercises for scheduling, for cost,
Yes. Yes.
for risk, great exercises.
And we had a very exciting start because we started with head first,
Mm,
and I liked head first. She
mm,
didn't like head first. She's like, "Oh, I'm getting sleepy. We're just reading, looking at the pictures. I don't like this
I'm
picture."
not very graphical. I'm more
Oh,
like structured. So I said, no, you know what? I'd rather order PMBOK too because I took some other certifications before and it's just plain text without going through stories and whatnot. So I
okay.
started with PMBOK. But then when it came to certain subjects like cost and scheduling and stuff like
Mhm.
that, then I find Head First was amazing
Yeah.
because you had great exercises.
Right, right. I personally like Head First because that's the first book I read. That's the last book I read when I cleared the exam. So
Oh,
those days, a pin book I'll read here and there for my exam. After the exam, I have to read 100 times. But now for the exam preparation, Head First was so because I'm a pictorial person. I
Hmm.
like pictures. I like concepts. Everything I have to understand by concepts. If it goes by concepts, stay with me for long term. I
mhm,
can't
Yeah.
do a text for me. It should be story form. You could have observed me in the classes. Mostly, I'll tell some example stories connecting here and there because that's how my brain works. So, in that,
actually, one last step I'd like to, sorry if I'm
yeah, please,
interrupting,
please.
but I think it's going to benefit the slides that you had given. I
Mhm.
find it was a Bible. I'm not joking. If somebody is taking PMP, they should
Mhm.
just print out all 400 pages.
Ah,
And each time you're going through a slide, because we didn't do it in the first class, second class, but we did it in the third and fourth class. It
mm,
actually helped because when you're giving the lectures and looking at the pictures and everything, would you believe what I did last before going to give my exam? And I felt so confident. I went through each and every slide of your
wow.
presentation along with my prepcast notes. And then I closed the book. I said, I'm ready to go give
Wow.
my exam.
That's
Because it has
interesting.
pretty much every important explanation, definition, anything you may call it, tools and techniques.
You have
They're
highlighted
highlighted.
yeah.
The ones that you should be decomposition and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
highlighted, so it's a really good.
True. True. In India, people come to the classes. They will do in the hotels. People will give material printed one. So people start writing on the pages. So
Okay,
Yeah.
that
That's
makes
what we
it
did
more
from
connected.
on. Yeah.
that was
It's
a good
live
one.
class, right? They'll check with me, keep writing there in the paper. So they get the rhythm of it. Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Great, super. Good to know all these great things. Thanks for giving wonderful tips. Now, is there any key points you want to tell to people? Tell the hey guys, do this. Like Renka mentioned, anything more you people want to say do's and don'ts?
I guess everybody, please do not lose focus. Follow Sri Ram sir. He knows from his experience how much you're getting, and when you're ready, when he says it, he's right. So
That's true. Don't lose hope. I mean, that's
be
one thing
confident. Yeah.
we found that marks can say anything,
Hmm.
and they don't define you. I think they
Hmm.
still don't define you. You still have that understanding,
Yes.
and it's just go ahead. Stay focused and like and be like you say. I just love when you say you're a winner. You're a leader. It just fills us with that confidence that
Right,
okay, you know
right.
what, he has confidence in us, let me bring that confidence in me, so that's a
Perfect.
good
Perfect. Yeah.
And like you had mentioned in many of your seminars when we had discussed
Hmm.
that you know how to ride a bicycle, you just have to sit on it, right? So each time I went to go give my prep class, I said, okay, I know how to write it. My brain will work automatically. I just need to see the questions.
Yeah.
So do follow his leadership.
Advice,
Yeah, I'm sure, like,
Great,
You're
great.
doing good. You are making a difference
Thank you
in
so
other
much,
people's
really.
lives. So that God bless you, seriously.
Thank
And
you.
much thanks to Rahul as well for being so constant and
Yes.
being on top of everything and helping out.
Words are very little to even express
Great
his
team.
service with personal touch. I would
Yeah.
say that's so much too good about to talk about him too.
Fantastic. Great. Thanks for trusting us, first of all. That's very important. And thanks for following what we try to say. Even though there are a lot of available options there, still you have to trust somebody and you have to follow it. That's very important. And leadership is a journey. I keep telling in many of my forums that it should not stop here. It should spread across with your children around, spouse or friends around. The way we talk, the way we behave, we work selfless, right? That's leadership all about, right? The leadership is not just earning money. Of course, it's also there. I'm not saying no, but at the same time, these are the characters who make our name stay in the history. So anytime I cross a student in the classes, I see them as the next upcoming leader for the country. So they have to make a change of people's life, not running materialistic. It's beyond that. So that's what my aim is. But I believe at least I touched few set of people, including you, both of you. I feel so happy that
Yes,
you
yes, you
you
did.
people are doing
Thank
a
you.
good job there. Great. Now celebrate 2020 going off and 2021 coming up. I'm sure 2020 is a very beneficial year. You both got the dream certificate,
Yes, yes.
right?
It was very successful.
What an end to a challenging year, I can say. It's a rocking end.
Rocking, right? Go ahead and celebrate. Have good fun. Happy New Year
Thank you.
wishes to both of you, and
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Same
keep
to you.
rocking.
Same.
Happy New Year to everybody, all the viewers.
Happy
And
New Year and happy birthday.
Oh yeah, we'll celebrate. But just I'm getting to my temple now. All the prayers will start now. So
oh,
Fantastic.
birthday
fabulous.
kick starts here.
Perfect. Great.
Thanks a lot.
Perfect.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you
Thank
very
you.
much,
See you.
Sriram, for all you've done. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye bye.